Someone has just suggested, why don't I do a Loz lesson on manifesting a complete life transformation? Well, I am an example of someone who's done a complete life transformation, and so are so many followers in my groups. And if you understand how self-concept works, you'll understand that you have no choice but to entirely transform your life when you transform yourself. And in this Loz lesson, I'll teach you how and why. So guys, self-concept means your concepts of yourself, your idea of yourself. Now, your idea of yourself could be someone who's unlovable, and that'll affect your love life, but can also affect your work life because you think none of your colleagues will like you. It can affect your family life because you think you're not loved by your parents. It can affect a lot of aspects of your life. And what we do in my groups is we try and challenge ourselves to understand what our actual concepts of ourselves are. You don't just have a good self-concept or bad self-concept. You'd have different ideas about yourself. So at the moment in the Subconscious Loz Squad, my paid monthly coaching group, as opposed to my free group, Subconscious Loz in Facebook, we have a challenge, and it's a summer Lovin challenge. And what we're challenging ourselves to do is to visualize ourselves completely transformed, our lives transformed. And what we're using as the impetus for these visualizations is summer and beautiful summer romantic scenes with our specific person. Now, it doesn't have to be someone you specifically have in mind. It could be a made-up person, or it could be someone you've broken up with. It could be anybody. But we're using the power of our minds to transform our current state, our current situation, which at the moment could be dire, you could be broken up with, or you could be like me on the other side of the world in winter in a sweater and you're trying to imagine summer scenes, but we're using the power of our minds to do so. And my challenges in my group are always a great way to challenge yourself to understand how to transform, how to do this, how to be different, how to change your state of being. Because all we're trying to do here, guys, when we're trying to manifest a different reality is change our dominant concepts of ourselves, which then changes our state. Now, a state is a made up amount of concepts, right? So think about the word mental state. You would have to have a progressively worse and worse state of, say, depression to be in a depressed mental state. It had to happen wholly, completely, and over time, right? That's what a state is. So what we are doing in our challenges in the squad is creating a new state of ourselves and transforming our state from the one we currently have, which could be lonely, unloved, single, to loved up in beautiful romantic scenes with our SP, and then manifesting those scenes, transformed. We are transforming, and we are transforming our realities as a result. So what you'll understand if you do any of my courses, any of my challenges, and most especially my really transformative courses like my self-concept course, A Kick-Ass You, and Worthy as Fuck for Love, my love course, you'll understand that I have assessments in those courses, and those courses assess what you currently think of yourself dominantly that's hidden from you, that you don't realize you're thinking. And that's how you make a complete life transformation. Because before I came along and other people who now teach self-concept, most people were teaching you very surface stuff about manifestation. They were teaching you visualization, affirmations, and just telling yourselves to tell yourself you're a queen or you were chosen or whatever. But they weren't actually digging and uncovering for you with assessments like I do in my courses, or analyzing you like I do on lives or in coaching, what your actual subconscious thoughts about yourselves are that you don't know you think, because it's become you and you aren't aware of it. And the whole key here is to become aware. So how to manifest a complete life transformation is to become completely aware. Now, what do I mean by aware? Awareness of self, aware of what you actually subconsciously imagine yourself to be, your reality to be, other people to be, life to be. Do you know what you imagine life to be? Do you know what you think of yourself? Do you know what you think of others, like your SP? Do you know what stories you hold about them, about your family, about work, about money, about life? A lot of you don't even realize the stories you hold, which come from your concepts of yourself. And those stories are completely fucking you up because you don't realize you hold them. And I can sit and listen to people talking in life at the moment, and I'll hear one person complaining about their boyfriend, and somebody else talking about recession, and somebody else talking about their parents, and somebody else talking about them not getting a promotion at work. And I can uncover for them, just purely by sitting and listening to them, complain or tell me their circumstances, what their stories about life are. And they don't realize they think it. And it's totally fucking them up. And I can choose, which I don't very often, choose to tell them what they're actually thinking. Most people don't want to know. Most people want to blame everyone else. They want to be a victim of the circumstances. They don't really want to have a complete life transformation. Most people aren't prepared to have a complete life transformation. And you know why I know that? Because when I do point it out to people, most people don't want to hear. I only point it out to those people who are here choosing to transform. So congratulations that you are here and choosing to transform. That is a massive step. The majority of the world would like to blame everyone else for their problems and don't want to be different because being different is too scary. So you should congratulate yourself if you're here or you're listening to me or you watch manifestation coaches or you are trying to change your concept of self, because at least you're fucking trying. Most people don't even try, and most people don't want to transform. They either think there's nothing wrong with them and they blame everyone else, or they're too scared to change. So if you are at the point where you aren't too scared to change, you're prepared to change and you're not blaming others, you should give yourself an enormous pat on the back that you are even here. I used to have a teacher at drama school and she used to say, the observing is the first step, and most people don't even get to the observation stage, let alone the acceptance stage that you need to in order to transform. Most people don't even do the observe. Most people walk around like this, blind for most of their lives to what they're doing and why they're poor, or why they keep losing money, or why they keep losing love, or why they constantly fight with their family, or why they keep breaking up from boyfriend to boyfriend or husband to husband or whatever. They have no idea. No idea. They're just blind and they blame everyone else. Oh, he's like this. It's like this. Life's like this. The world's like this. No, it's not like anything. It's like the way you think it is. And when you get that, and when you get this whole thing is to understand that you are only creating your reality yourself and you can't blame anyone else, and it only shows up based on the stories you hold, then you'll realize the only thing you can transform is not other people and not the world. It's just you, and then your life will transform. So how do you do that? Well, the first step is observation. Now, a lot of you can't observe because you're so unaware of your own thinking. Like I said, you're not aware you're even thinking it. Now, if you don't want to do my courses, the best thing to do would be to sit for 20 minutes in abject silence, get a pen, and write down on a piece of paper everything you're thinking. The worst, the best, anything that comes to your mind. I need a ham sandwich. God, he hates me. He's never going to speak to me again. I've already fucked this up. God, screw everything up, Loz. What's wrong with you? You always get broken up with. People always break your heart. You must be doing something wrong. Read it back. Now, is the theme a ham sandwich, or is the theme I do things wrong, I fuck things up? Oh, I think that might be the goddamn theme here. Shit. Is that what I truly think of myself? Wowzers, maybe that's what I need to change. So when you look back at that piece of paper, you'll observe some things that are notable, that stand out, that are more prevalent than others, that will show you what you actually truly think. Now, if that still doesn't work, I suggest you get a Kick-Ass You or Worthy as Fuck for Love, my 2 courses with actual blind assessments that will assess you and give you a score and answers and statements very blatantly telling you what you think about love and your self-concept. Worthy as Fuck for Love is the love-based one. The self-concept course is a Kick-Ass You. Assess yourself, because most of you haven't even done that yet, and that's why nothing's changed. So the first step is observation. Then when you've observed, oh shit, I think I do things wrong. Now, the next time something goes wrong, are you going to blame the other person, or are you going to go, hang on, I acceptance stage, that I assume things are going to go wrong. So I can't blame this circumstance or the bank or the person or the thing that just happened, because I assume things will go wrong because I do things wrong. So therefore this just went wrong. So I accept this came from me and I can't blame the other. Not my specific person, not the economy, not the bank, not my parents, not my friend, not my boss, not my anyone. I accept that it's me and it's coming from me. Oh shit. Radical acceptance. Most of you can't do that. So ask yourself if you've got to the observation stage. If you have, great. Then have you got to the radical acceptance? And when I say radical, the reason why it's radical is because most people don't want to stop blaming other people. Listen to politics at the moment. It's all over my For You page. The political leaders and other parties blame other countries, other races, economies, other leaders, their sidekick. They don't take responsibility for how everything's showing up. It's everyone else's fault. If you can't accept that everything is created by you and have radical acceptance of that, you'll find transforming your life impossible. You might transform a little bit, but you won't radically transform and have a complete life transformation. And that was the question here. So, to have a complete and utter life transformation, there's 3 stages. The observation. So ask yourself, have you properly observed yourself? If you haven't, do the 20-minute test or do my courses. Self-concept course, A Kick-Ass You, or Worthy as Fuck for Love, and do the assessments. Then when you see those assessment scores, I give you tools to then transform in those courses. Then it's up to you to do it. That's another thing. You can do all the courses in the world, guys. You can do all the coaching in the world. But if you actually don't do the work, like literally I can do nothing for you people. There are some people who've done like 3 coaching sessions with me and they still come back into my squad and blame their specific person. And I think, are you actually fucking deaf? I did 3 fucking coaching sessions with you. What a fucking waste of my time. I actually said that to someone once. Someone had a coaching session with me. She spent the entire coaching session telling me how she was this wonderful dating coach and so good at her job, and then proceeded to blame her specific person for everything that was going wrong in their relationship throughout the entire call. And I just told her to be quiet at one point. And I just said, listen, I don't know how you're a dating coach, but you haven't radically accepted that the way he's showing up is because your story's about him and you constantly try and change him and you haven't bothered to change yourself. I don't have to change myself. It's all him. Really? I said, are you listening? You came to me because you wanted to learn. Do you want to learn or you want to be right? And she was like, I want to learn. I'm like, well, learn this. It's nothing to do with him. It's you, and he's simply reflecting you, and you're constantly trying to get him to change and telling him what he's doing wrong. And I remember at the time it was about the VAX, and she wanted him to get the VAX, and she was telling him, I was telling him not to, and he was determined to because of his job, and she was telling him what to do. And I just said, see him differently and see him without it, and he won't do it. But you're not listening to me. You don't want to do it my way. You want to blame him. We got off the call. I thought she'd listened. Then she texts me and said, oh my God, I've just had a conversation. He still wants to go and have the VAX. I don't know what to do. This relationship's doomed. And I just wrote, what a fucking waste of my time. Do you want your money back? You don't listen. I have never come across such a narcissistic, unaware coach in all my life. You need to stop coaching. She didn't answer, and she certainly didn't get a refund from me. I would have given it to her because I couldn't be bothered with this person. They didn't want to observe. They wanted to blame their SP. I'm sure that guy's left her by now because I don't know how the fuck he put up with her. She was a nightmare. And she was a dating coach. Beware of dating coaches, guys. Sometimes they're the worst. Are you aware of how you are? That person had no fucking clue. Not a fucking clue, and spent the entire call blaming their person. If you are that person, I pity you, because you'll do coaching with me or do one of my courses and you won't fucking hear me and you won't fucking listen, and you'll spend your whole life blaming your other person, and you'll go from relationship to relationship and you'll go to your dumb fucking friends and you'll sit around having girls drinks and they'll say, oh, we knew from the very start that he just wasn't right for you and he's never going to change, and he's 60 years old or he's 40 years old or he's 30 years old and he's stuck in his ways and he's going to be this way forever, and babe, you tried, you really tried. And then all your dumb fucking friends who also aren't in relationships anymore or have terrible fucking relationships are going to be giving you dumb fucking advice. And you're going to sit there and go, yeah, he's never going to change, is he? Next. And you'll go, the next guy, and then it'll be good at first, and then he'll turn out the same, and eventually you won't be happy with him. And then you'll sit around with your dumb fucking friends, you'll be 10 years older, and you'll all be drunk, and you'll be sitting there going, oh, we knew it, he just won't change, or he's like this, and I'll just be sitting on the next table listening to you dumb bitches and think, oh my God, wake the fuck up. It's nothing to do with them. It's you. They're reflecting you and your story that you're never happy. Your story that eventually you won't feel loved. Eventually you feel neglected. Eventually you don't get the time and attention you want. And then that'll happen, and it'll happen over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until maybe one day you do coaching with me or you do one of my courses and you wake the fuck up. But then, even when you do the course, you might not want to accept it. Now, what happens after you've actually observed yourself, you've done one of my courses or you've observed yourself, you accept the way you are right now is not helping you and you need to change it. You know what the things are that you need to change. Now what? Now you fucking change them. And you stop blaming the other. And anytime you have a story about them and what they've done and they're like this and they're like that and it's like this and it's like that, you fucking stop yourself and you realize that your reality is created from your dominant fucking thoughts and it can't be any different than what you're thinking dominantly. Oh, but I think the economy's bad. Is it? It's not fucking bad for me. I made $1 million last year, did you? Oh. Yeah, but this year won't. Go and look at my bank account. I'm doing fine. Oh, but everyone else is. Everyone else isn't me. I don't think like you. I don't even watch the fucking news. Guys, stop blaming the outside world, your specific person. When you know this, when you accept this, you realize everything, including your economic situation, your relationship situation, your situation with your neighbors and your family, your job situation, everything is coming from you. And if you don't accept that, you can't radically and completely have a life transformation. You can't. And you'll be the same old bitch sitting with your dumb fucking friends in 10 years' time complaining about the last guy you left and the guy before and the new guy. And I'll be sitting on the next table snickering under my breath thinking, oh my God, someone wake these bitches up. That's how you have a complete life transformation. You can't blame anyone else anymore. You wholly and completely accept that it's all you and your reality is created by you and only you. And you stop telling anyone off, giving them ultimatums, expecting them to change, telling them to change, telling them to be different, expecting things to be different based on you doing things about it. And all you do is you go within and you change it. If you want a person to be different, you see them differently. You describe them differently. You stop complaining about them. If you want a situation to be different, you stop complaining about it. You see it differently. If you want a job situation to be different, a money situation to be different, you see yourself in a situation that's different and you stop banging the story of the old story that you're trying to change with no difference. You see yourself in the new reality where it's different. You're the only person in control of that and you are creating from that I amness of self. Who you think you are, who you think they are, what you think it is. And if you don't change it, your assumptions of it, and your dominant, fucked up thoughts about it, it won't change. All you have to do is go within and everything will be different if you see it differently. Are you seeing it differently or are you still blaming the other? There is no other, guys. They are only your reflection. You can't blame your mirror in the morning when you wake up and look like shit, can you? Do you do that? No? Well, then why are you blaming your specific person? Why are you blaming the economy? Why are you blaming anything outside of you when you realize it's your reflection? If you don't get the fundamentals of this and you don't even know what I mean by reflection, by awareness, then please go to subconsciouslaws.com and get my free course called Everything You've Learned About Manifesting is Wrong. Because if you don't understand that everything is simply your reflection, you'll have a very hard time hearing me and you think I'm blaming you, and then you'll write some nasty comment like, it's not my fault he's a narcissist, or it's not my fault I was abused, or la 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 fucking la, and I'll just be sitting there going, Buddha, I give up. I give up on you and you and you, but I'll help these other people who actually want to hear this and want to learn and want to change. Okay? That's how you do a radical life transformation. All right, guys? So my self-concept course at Kick-Ass You, I'll put it up here, or my Worthy as Fuck for Love, my love course, I'll put it up here when it goes on YouTube, are there to assess you. And if you do the assessments in them, it will give you what you need to know about yourself, and then you have the tools to change it. All right, guys? And also my Be There Priority course will be coming out soon, which is equally as insightful about your actual concepts of self in terms of not being prioritized in love, okay? Need this live. Thanks, Loz. Okay, good, guys. What's this? What happened to Alex? Everyone's congratulating them. What's happening? Loz, SP proposed, wedding booked 3 weeks after. Everyone listened to Loz. Oh, my God. wonderful, darling. I knew you were getting congratulated on something. Oh, wonderful. Hooray. Oh, darling, what did you do? Tell us. The penny just dropped. How can I complain that it takes so long when I can just change my thinking? Exactly, darling. If you keep saying it's taking long, it will take long. I was doing something today, complaining about something today, and then I thought, I'm the person complaining about the story, so it's not going to change, is it? That's so dumb. I was like putting in for a job ad and hardly anyone had applied today. And I was like, no one's applying. God damn it, this is going to take forever. And then I was like, what am I doing? Why am I telling this fucking dumb story? We only need one good person. We'll hire that one good person. That's it. We don't need 10,000 applications. What a fucking dumb story I'm banging. The banging drum of there are no people. I blocked my SP. Can I manifest him? Why are you acting like a triggered bitch, darling? No, not if you're acting like a psycho. Why are you doing that? Yes, you can manifest them, but you've got to stop acting like a loon. Why are you blocking them? That's all about your triggers that you haven't changed. Accountability is the art of healing and becoming a better person. I learned this the hard way, even if, well, we're not healing, guys, but people are being unreasonable. It's important to control your own behaviour. They're not being unreasonable, darling. You're assuming they're being unreasonable. That's your assumption. You're making them show up as unreasonable. You realise that? So you're still blaming other people. Apparently they're unreasonable, even though that's your story about them. They're being unreasonable. You're being unreasonable in my reality, even though I'm reflecting out a story that you're unreasonable and therefore you're turning up unreasonable. I don't really understand this, but I think I understand this because I'm using the word healing. But when Loz talks, I'm not really listening and I'm holding on to all this old shit of blaming other people and seeing them the wrong way and also thinking I understand at the same time, which I really don't because I just wrote that and contradicted myself completely and utterly. Guys, you either get this, that you can't blame the other person and talk about them negatively and then expect them to be different. If you think they're going to be unreasonable, they fucking will be. Go and watch this back when it's on YouTube, darling. I can see it in my job. Same things coming up again and again, but I'll change it. Guys, if you see the same things coming up and up again in your life, the common denominator is you. You know when you do maths and you're trying to find the common denominator in the equation? It's the thing that's most common. What's most common in these situations? You are. So you can't blame the other person, can you? So it's all been because of me. That's how third party was created. Yes, darling, if you created a third party in your relationship, you most likely have a story that other girls are a threat to you, or you're not good enough, or you put your person on a pedestal, or you've got a story that they don't even want you because you're not wantable or chosen or wanted or lovable enough. Something. Figure it out and then think differently. Do you enjoy doing this? Guys, I love doing this when people aren't constantly asking me the same question all the time. I've been doing this for 3 years and sometimes I do get frustrated. So I'm not going to answer as many questions as I used to on lives unless you're in the squad because the squad's a lot more relaxed. But sometimes I get so many new people on here asking me inane questions that I've answered so many goddamn times that I actually think I can only handle answering questions now in the squad with people who've actually listened to me. Because when you answer the same question over and over and over again for 3 years, after a while, it's almost like your brain is going to explode because you've said it so many times. So I've got to stop having a story. People ask me the same thing, but I think it'd be better if I just did a lesson. I think it's a lot more useful to all of you if I just do a Loz lesson, put that on YouTube, you can watch it back, and then if you really want your questions answered, come and join the squad where you're going to learn, have some knowledge before you ask a question. So come and join the squad, guys. Subconsciousloz.com, my Subconscious Loz squad. Hi, Crystal. What is this? Maybe your aggressive approach doesn't penetrate some people. Well, I'm not here for those people. There's so many other coaches, darling. Go watch them. I'm better off with a ham sandwich than a girlfriend. Well, if you think so, darling. If you think so, friend. Maybe you are. American Pie style. Struggling with intrusive thoughts after SP told me about third party. Guys, they're not intrusive thoughts. They're thoughts that are intruding on your brain that are so negative you think they're intruding. You're the only one having those thoughts. You've got to control them. Loz, you look so pretty today. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Hey, Loz, what tips do you have for overcoming feelings of being unloved other than affirming? Guys, you don't have to affirm if you don't want to. Affirming is just repetitive thinking, okay? So figure out why you feel unloved. Like, what is it inside you that makes you feel that way about yourself? Or what situation or circumstance happened to you as a child that makes you feel that about yourself? Think that about yourself. Uncover it and then say it differently in your mind. Think different stories about it. Write different stories. Script different stories. Visualize different stories. However, it will help you. I always thought I wasn't good enough. Once I listened to Loz, my life radically changed. Oh, wonderful, darling. That's great. I love it. Great. Met new SP. He likes me. He is in half-committed interstate relationship. How should I go about it? Well, stop saying he's in a half-committed interstate relationship. Stop saying he's in a relationship. Imagine he's in a relationship with you. That might sound delulu, but that's how this works. What's this? We need to know our power. We create everything. Yes, guys, when you don't get this. Loz, it's the Summer Lovin' Challenge, a daily challenge. Yes, guys. So Monday to Friday in the squad, we have a different post dropping every day. It could be a visualization prompt. It could be an inner conversation. It could be meditation by me. The first post was a video by me, and then there's memes, playlists, all kinds of things dropping Monday to Friday for the whole month of August in the challenge. So it keeps you accountable daily, and then there's a check-in on a Friday. Okay, guys? So come and join us. It's in the guide section, and it's all appearing under the hashtag Summer Lovin' Challenge on the news feed of my squad. Loz, can you help with a strong money mindset, please, to obtain the right clients for my biz? So stop saying you don't have any clients. So what would you say about your business if it was thriving? I have so many clients. I'm overrun with work. I have to hire staff. I've got so much work. I need to hire a team, blah, blah, blah. Like, we are so overrun with work at the moment that I am hiring more than one person at the moment, right? So think about your business thriving like my business, okay? SP and I are getting married next summer. Oh, what's this, Leonie? Really? That's 2 engagement, getting married success stories on this live. Oh, exciting. All right, guys, that's a lovely way to end this live. So come and join us in the Summer Lovin' Challenge. If you want to challenge yourself to get your love this summer, to create your summer of love, come and join us in the Subconscious Loz squad, or you can just come and join us in my free group Subconscious Loz. You can watch this video back on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. And if you're watching me on TikTok, make sure you follow me. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.